Good afternoon from Big Sky Country. I'm Stacy, owner of Montana Used Bricks, and today I'm doing another this and that video. This one has one question and then I have 4 comments on different things that I've talked about over the last couple of months. So the first one is having some Duplo in your store a bad thing? People laugh because I want to put 30 pounds of Duplo in my store. Do I think Duplo is a bad thing? No. Do I think it'll sell quickly? No. I've had some Duplo in my store. I have some bricks. I also had some unique items. And the more unique items, like a trailer or a car or things like that, seem to sell better than just the standard Duplo bricks. If you have the 30 pounds of Duplo and you want to sort through them and you want to add them to your store, go for it, because there's probably somebody out there at some point that's going to be looking for it. That's what's so wonderful about having all these different Bricklink stores, is that you're able to find just about anything you're looking for. I have yet to not be able to find something. So if you want to add Duplo to your store, do it. Let people laugh at you, because when it sells, you'll be the one laughing. But I would be curious if there are other stores out there that sell Duplo. Like I said, I have a few things in my store, mostly because they were mixed in with bulk lots that I bought, and I just put them in my store because I had them. And I have sold some of them, but I still have quite a few of just the general bricks. So if you sell Duplo in your store, how well does it sell for you, or are you kind of regretting your decision on putting it in your store? Put that in the comments below. This next one is a comment that came on my cleaning video, and I had talked about how I don't do the hydrogen peroxide fix because it doesn't work for me. And I was asking if there was any other way to maybe get the more yellowed pieces back to their original white. And this was one of the comments or suggestions that came from that. You can use borax, Elmer's glue, and water to make that gel that they use to detail cars. Very easy and cheap to make. The exact recipe and instructions are online, and it works great. So I would be curious if there's anybody else who has done this on their Lego parts to get them more white. If you have, put it in the comments below whether or not it worked for you, or it didn't work, or if you had to tweak the recipe a little bit, what you had to do. Because I'm sure I'm not the only one that has a lot of white pieces that they wish were a little bit more white. This next suggestion came because I was talking about how I had accidentally ordered the same parts from my wanted list because I had forgot that I had already ordered them. And this was a suggestion that came up in my comments, and I have been using this suggestion since I read it. Add the date you ordered the item, quantity ordered, and the store name in the remarks field on your wanted list. Then update the quantities have need with the quantity ordered. Once you get the parts, or you know that you won't be receiving the parts for one reason or another, you can make any needed changes to the quantity fields. And like I said, once I read this, I went back and I put in at least the date ordered and how many were ordered. I didn't put in the store name or anything like that, but I did at least put the date in there that they were ordered. I did this especially on the parts that I give to my husband for his minifigure collection, because he will take a long time before he takes them out of the wanted list. And I have reordered several parts for him a couple of times because he didn't update the wanted list. So this is a great place to put that information in the remarks on the wanted list so that I'm not double ordering parts anymore. So I really appreciate this suggestion. This next one had to do with one of the videos I talked about my sales being really slow and I wasn't sure what was going on. And this was something that this person had done with their store. I recently tried putting any items in my store that haven't sold in 5 years on sale for 50% off. Several customers have bought these pieces since doing that. Maybe after a couple of more years, I'll do 70% for anything that still hasn't sold. And I love this suggestion because I know I have parts in my store that have been in here since the day we opened our store. And this is a really good way to finally move those parts. So this is definitely something that I'm going to think about doing in the future. So I appreciate the suggestion and thank you. If any of you have other suggestions like this to move some of the older parts in your store, or to get more people to come to your store, or any other suggestions just to help increase your sales, I would really appreciate it. And I'm sure others would too. So put that in the comments as well. So this last one was a comment on the same video as the previous one. This person had written a lot of suggestions and stuff, but this was something that was written that really got me to thinking about the whole situation with my store, and it almost like unlocked a fear of maybe this person is right. But I'll read it and then I'll let you guys comment on it if you'd like. The second thing I think, but that's just my opinion, is that people may have a resistance to your store name with used in the name. Makes people maybe have a prejudice or bias against used, even if I understand that maybe is exactly what you are doing. But it may change in the future, and the name itself is narrowing your business possibilities and maybe future development of your shop. But most of all, it can be off-putting, hope that's the right word, to some buyers that will steer away just by that prejudice or bias. I know you are really serious about your store and do a lot more work than many others do, but those who are scared away by used don't know. So this was something I had never even considered when I opened my store, that maybe there would be a bias against people who are selling used Lego parts. And I think that there may actually be a bias or a prejudice, because there are stores out there that sell used parts that are extremely used, like should be in the junk bin and not in a store inventory. I would hope that this is not the case, but it very well could be. And I would be really curious if any of you have thought the same thing as this person, that maybe I have actually hurt my business by putting the word used in my business name. But when I first opened my store, that was all I had, was used parts. I had no new parts at all. And I don't know at this stage of the game how easy it would be to change my store name, just go from Montana Used Bricks to just Montana Bricks. I would be curious to hear what others think of that, because like I said, until I read that, I had never even considered it, that could actually be hurting my business, but it very well could be. And it's really something to give some thought to, but at the same time, I kind of like the name of my business. It's really grown on me. It was something that I just threw out there in order to sell a couple of parts, but now I have a logo and everything else, and I don't know if I want to change it, but I think if it really is hurting my business, then that maybe it is something I should consider doing. But like I said, I would really like to hear your opinions on that, if this person is right on track, or if you're like, no, it doesn't matter. Because a lot of times with the used parts, it's not just that they're used, they're unique, and they're ones that are no longer made by Lego, like the light gray, the dark gray, the actual brown color. Those aren't made anymore, and being a used store, that might actually bring people in, because they know if I'm selling used parts, I'm more likely to have some of the parts that they're looking for. That's my thought on it, but like I said, I would be very, very interested in what the rest of you think. So that is my video for today. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it that thumbs up. If you really liked it, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.